Ray Frank Gricar was born on October 9, 1945, in Cleveland, Ohio. Even as a young boy, Ray was driven, and he was determined to succeed in everything he did. As Ray grew older, he decided to pursue a career in law. Ray graduated from Case Western Law School. His law career took him to Pennsylvania, where he became an assistant prosecutor at the Centre County District Attorney's Office, and quickly became a rising star. Just 5 years later, Ray was elected as the district attorney. Ray was considered an exceptional prosecutor and was known for his high ethical standards. Ray served as the district attorney for several terms. He was known as a dedicated prosecutor, and many would consider Ray's career as impressive. But Ray did have one particular case that would leave a large blemish on an otherwise perfect career. This was the case of assistant football coach Jerry Sandusky in 1998. Sandusky was accused of inappropriate behavior and abuse of multiple boys that participated in an organization for troubled youth. At the time of the scandal, Ray was the district attorney in charge and decided not to press charges. It was said that the investigators in the Sandusky case wanted to press charges, but were ultimately overruled by Ray. The Sandusky case would continue to haunt Ray, as he was always remembered for his decision not to press charges. Time passed, and Ray continued to serve as the district attorney for Centre County. Ray's career began to wind down, and the 59-year-old began to plan for retirement. Ray was living with his longtime girlfriend, Patty Fornicola. On April 29, 2005, Ray went to work but decided to take the rest of the day off. He called Patty at 11:30 a.m. and said he was driving on Route 192 towards Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Ray did not come home that night. By 11:30 p.m., Patty reported Ray as missing. The next day, Ray's red Mini Cooper was found in a dirt parking lot. The area was on the outskirts of Lewisburg near the Susquehanna River. The only indication of anything strange was cigarette ash located near the vehicle, since Ray was known to dislike cigarette smoke. Other than the cigarette ash, there were no indications of anything unusual, and there were no signs of foul play. There was no activity on Ray's phone, emails, or bank accounts. There was no clothing or any items missing from Ray's home that would indicate he had planned to leave. The only items noted to be missing were Ray's work laptop and sunglasses. In July of 2005, Ray's missing laptop was found in the Susquehanna River only a few hundred yards away from where Ray's vehicle had been parked. The hard drive was missing from the laptop. The hard drive was eventually found in October of 2005. The laptop and hard drive had been heavily damaged by the water exposure, and no data could be recovered. In 2009, investigators would discover that Ray's home computer had searches for how to fry a hard drive and water damage to a notebook computer. These searches were perplexing to investigators. Ray's body was never found. Many wondered what happened to the successful prosecutor who was getting ready to enjoy his well-earned retirement. Several theories emerged as to what happened to Ray. The first theory is that Ray took his own life. The investigators were unable to find any signs of foul play or signs of a struggle. Ray's brother, Ray Gricar, took his own life in 1996 when he jumped off a bridge. There were several similarities between the two cases, including the fact that Roy's car was also found abandoned near a bridge. Ray could have followed in his brother's footsteps by jumping off the Susquehanna River. Some say that Ray looked extremely tired and was even advised to see a doctor for exhaustion. Ray's family and close friends have dismissed the theory, stating that Ray would never have taken his own life. They say that Ray was in good spirits as he was looking forward to retirement and argued that Ray could have used a much simpler method than jumping off a bridge. There was also an extensive search after Ray disappeared. Helicopters, dive teams, search parties, and search dogs were all utilized. The water levels in the Susquehanna River had also been unusually low in 2005. Had Ray jumped off a bridge and into the Susquehanna River, his body would most likely have been found during the search. The second theory is that Ray was murdered. As a prosecutor, Ray was successful in obtaining convictions for criminals. It was likely that Ray developed many enemies over the years. Perhaps one of the numerous people that Ray had sent to prison over the years had orchestrated Ray's murder. There were rumors that the Hells Angels had killed Ray in retaliation. Although there are cases of prosecutors becoming targets, it is very rare, and experts have said that this theory is highly unlikely. Investigators were unable to substantiate any threats against Ray from anyone Ray had previously convicted. Another theory was that Ray had an affair with a married woman. The theory states that the mistress had lured Ray to the Susquehanna River so that her jealous husband could murder Ray, but this theory lacks credible evidence. The final theory is that Ray ran away voluntarily. Some say that the evidence could only point to Ray's voluntary disappearance. Ray's vehicle was parked near an antique shop that Ray had shopped at before. The store owner believes that Ray could have been in the store on the day of his disappearance, but this information could not be confirmed. In addition, there were the searches found on Ray's home computer. Was it possible that Ray was hiding a secret he didn't want to be found? Did Ray disappear to run away from someone or something? There have also been numerous unconfirmed sightings of Ray over the years since his disappearance. Ray was declared legally dead in July 2011. The strange disappearance of the successful prosecutor continues to perplex those involved.